Hey you guys, I'm Peter and welcome back to my channel. If you like the content on this page, go ahead and hit like, comment, and subscribe, and tap that notification bell so you can get all my updates. So today I came on this platform. I wasn't intending to come on this platform, but I was led by Spirit to get on this platform and talk about love and self-love and how not to compromise yourself or anything that you got going on for love or the idea of love. All right. So, a lot of times we put things that we want to do on hold. We, stick around in something because we feel like, oh, we're supposed to, commit 100% to this idea of what we think love is. But I'm here to tell you that there is no love without self-love first. All right. And see, love or self-love is pretty much defined as the happiness of oneself or an advantage of yourself, like a feeling towards happiness towards yourself. So if you don't love yourself, there's no way that you can love anybody else. And I know y'all hear that saying all the time, like it seems cliche, but it's so true. If you don't love yourself first, you cannot give love to anyone else. If you got things from your past that you're holding on to that you haven't healed from, there's no way that you're going to be able to give another being, another person, the energy of love, because you don't have it and you don't know what it is, right? So, and I will tell you how I got to this point. When I was a kid, right? So, I come from a place of, where my caregivers abandoned me. And so my entire existence from a child, I felt like that if I conformed to the way that people wanted me to conform to, that I will receive love in the way that I desire to receive it because I'm doing everything right. But there's no such thing as doing everything right, especially when it comes to people loving you. If people love you, they're going to love you regardless to whether you get everything right or you get it all wrong. And it's just the bottom line. So I spent so much time as a child trying to conform to what I felt my caregivers wanted so that they wouldn't abandon me, only to be abandoned by them too, right? So, and then when I moved into a relationship with a person, I started finding myself conforming and doing things that I felt like they wanted me to do versus what I really wanted to do. So although this person appeared happy, I wasn't happy, right? So the idea of love is for one to be happy, and the idea of self-love is for one to be happy with self, right? So I wasn't happy in that. And when that relationship fell through at the age of 19, I told myself this. And at that point, I wasn't dealing with energies. I wasn't on a spiritual path or anything. I was just being a normal 19-year-old. But something led me to say, I'm not conforming to anybody else. If anyone's going to deal with me, they're going to deal with me and everything that comes with me, or I'm out. In my entire life, that's all I've done from that point on. I've lived a life with the intentions of being happy first, and everyone else's happiness had nothing to do with me. As long as me and my circle was good, and I'm talking about my kids, as long as me and my circle was good, I was good, right? And so when I ran into my significant other a decades later, a decade later, because I ain't that old. And he accepted me and my flaws. He accepted me and my flaws, and we became great friends. And then I started to see that we had some of the same ideas. And then I started seeing that there was a balance in the way that we communicated with each other. So I was like, you know what? This guy might be my husband. I wasn't thinking about marriage, and neither was he, but I was like, this guy might be my husband, because he just got me. And then when I talked about my weird spiritual journey, it didn't scare him or anything like that. He didn't try to say, oh, you should be this way because Jesus said that you should. He didn't do any of that. He just let me be my organic self. And then I became happy with him. I was like, oh myself, but now I'm happy with him. Not he makes me happy. I didn't need him to make me happy, but I became happy with him, right? And I was like, ooh, so this is what love is. And then I really realized I loved him when when the thought of me losing him bothered me. Like, it bothered me a lot. And I was like, this dude is in direct alignment with my soul, but he had so much, authority and just everything that I desired with this masculine, this divine masculine energy, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, wow, and I was like, I don't want to lose this guy. And so I started setting my intentions on maintaining my happiness with self, but also projecting in a way that he too would become happy with me, right? But I did not, at no time did I compromise who I was, because I'm still the exact same person, and that's where we get lost. We get lost in trying to make people like us. And no, in the year 2020, Spirit is saying it's time out for all that. So whoever this is resonating with, it's time out for that. You are no longer going to put up with nobody's bull crap just to make them happy, and you're not happy yourself. You understand? You need to focus on making self happy and creating self-love for self, and then it'll start to project in your environment because you set those intentions. So Spirit is telling me that you need to set intentions to be happy with self. You need to set intentions to create self-love. And once you create that self-love, then it's going to project outwardly. It's going to show in your family. It's going to show in your work. It's going to show in your significant other. And if it don't show in your significant other, guess what? Your significant other will move on, right? Because when you ascend, a lot of people are not going to ascend with you. They can't comprehend that. They don't understand why you desire that change. But you cannot allow them to hinder you from progressing. You can't allow them to hinder you from that. Because what are you going to do? You going to just stay in misery? No. That's not how abundance comes about. Abundance don't come about because you're miserable and you up there hoping and praying that something's going to come your way. And it's not going to work like that. Because you have to believe that this thing is going to happen for you. And your thoughts will project outwardly. It's like you can manifest through your thoughts as well. Whatever you think about so much, your life becomes that. So you have to, start setting those intentions and putting that into the universe. And if you have not found love yet, do not compromise self to attain love. Continue to be who you are authentically. Now, if there are some things that needs to be healed in your past, i.e., you had a bad experience with this last relationship and you're taking all of these trust issues into that relationship. You need to heal that, sis, bro. You need to heal that before you move into the next relationship. Because if you take all of that baggage into the next relationship, now you got all the energy from this past relationship and all of this new energy, right, from this person. And it becomes a burden and it weighs you down. So remember, do not compromise yourself to attain love. Attain self-love first, and then it will project outwardly. All right? But yeah, so that's pretty much it. I was just compelled by Spirit to share that with you guys, because that is something that, a lot of us have done our entire lives. And it's time out for all that, It's an awakening happening across the entire world, and a lot of people are under. It's just coming to them now. It's like, oh man, And here's the funny thing. Because some of you, the divine, the universe, God, whatever you call your superior energy, right? Some of you have been taken out of that equation already. Like, some of you have been, some of your significant others have left you. Some of them have cheated on you. Some of your family has turned on you. They don't want nothing to do with you no more because, you seem to be taking care of yourself versus take care of them. They want to borrow money from you. You tell them no, and they turn on you. That's not love. That's a love with a condition. And see, that's the thing. A lot of people tell me, I got unconditional love. Yeah, you have unconditional love until the condition, it no longer meets your agenda. And then that love for that person changes. So that's what I'm saying. You know, the universe has seen all of this happening. You know, and the divine and your spirit guides have removed these people, these situations, these jobs, these everything out of your way so that you can get in divine alignment. And here you are trying to force your way back in after you've been removed. You've been removed from this, and now you're trying to force your way back in when the divine is saying, no. Forget that relationship. That relationship was 2019. That relationship was 2002. That relationship ain't been good since 2011. But you still trying to force yourself into this relationship. No, if it's done, it's done. Leave that in 2019. You got a couple more days before 2020. So leave all of that in 2019. That job. The divine is saying, listen, trust me, right? Trust me, because you're not supposed to be in this job. What are you doing? I took you out of this job. Now you're going to look for another job. I'm not saying being a bum. I'm saying activate your gifts. It's time for you to get paid for those gifts, right? So they move you from this job. These friendships, these fake friendships that's only around to get whatever they want out of you, right? The divine has moved you into a secluded location and you're still trying to forge these friendships with these people. Cut it out. It's time out for all that. So do not compromise yourself for love. Attain love for self, and then it'll project outwardly. All right, I'm Peter, so thank you guys for tuning in. Go ahead and hit like, comment, and subscribe if you like the content on this page, and I'll talk to you guys later.